my name's Robin, and welcome to English Grammar Now. Today, we're going to be focusing on two specific words. We're talking about go and get. First, let's talk about using go. Go is a verb that we use in a lot of different ways. In fact, we've already studied some things about the verb to go. Here's some things we already know. First of all, we know that go is an irregular verb. In the present tense, we say, I go, he goes, they go. In the past tense, we say, I went. We also say, he went, they went. And for the past participle, when we are using the perfect tenses, we say, I have gone. So go has several different forms. We've also looked at using go as part of a phrase to talk about the future. Our phrase for the future is be going to. For example, we're going to bring the dog with us. So these are a few things we already know about the verb to go. We can put go together with the preposition to. When we do this, we're usually talking about where a person or thing is moving towards. For example, we can go to the mall after school. Don't go to the movie without me. I'll go to the gym today if you want to join me. All of these, go to, are followed by a place, the mall, the movie, the gym. Now, there is an exception to this. If we are talking about home, we don't use the word to. This isn't really a normal rule, but for home, it's a special exception. So we would not say, let's go to home. We would simply say, let's go home. If we put go together with a different preposition, on, now it means something different. When we say go on, it could mean to start a particular activity or a state. For example, they went on holiday this fall. In this sentence, their activity was a holiday. And went on holiday means they started their holiday. Another example, this brand will go on sale at the end of the week. In this case, to be on sale is a state. So when it goes on sale, it will begin a different price for this item. Another meaning for go plus on is to happen. You might have heard this question before. What's going on in here? In this case, we could also say, what's happening in here? We could also say something like this. She didn't leave any instructions. No one knows what's going on. Again, in this sentence, we don't know what's happening is another way we could say it. Let's try a different preposition. We're going to use for, go for. In our previous episode, we talked about showing the reason using for. When we add it together with go, it means to get or do something is the reason. Here's some examples. She's gone for a walk this morning. Would you like to go for coffee? We'll go for the tickets and meet you at the gate. In each of these cases, the person has a reason for what they are doing. Either they are getting something like coffee or tickets, or they are going to do something like take a walk in the morning. One more way that we often use go is by adding it to a verb with ing. Now, this is specific for certain kinds of activities, especially ones where you need to go to a specific place to do it. And when we say go plus ing, we are talking about the whole activity, from start to finish. Everything that happens from the time you arrive to the time that you leave. Here's some examples. I went swimming, which is different than the sentence, I swam. I swam is a specific activity, but if you say I went swimming, you're talking about the entire thing, going to the swimming pool, changing your clothes, swimming, and then everything after until you leave the swimming pool. So when you say I went swimming, you're talking about the entire activity. Here's some more examples. Let's go surfing. We can't go biking in this weather. We should go skiing more often. I'll go shopping with you. Don't you like going dancing on the weekends? These are all examples of activities that we could use with the verb to go. Now, there are some activities that we would not use in this way. There's three main reasons we wouldn't use a verb with ing together with go. For example, first of all, it's not used for things that are not fun, like studying. We would probably not say, I go studying. You would just say, I study, or I studied in the past tense. Number two, we don't use this form for verbs that have objects. For example, we would not say, she goes practicing piano, because practice, the verb, needs the object, piano. So we would simply say, she practices piano. Another example of this is we would not say, let's go playing cards. Again, cards is the object of the verb to play. So we would simply say, let's play cards. Lastly, we would not use this for specific actions or actions that happen at home. For example, we would not say, I'm going sewing. That's unlikely to happen somewhere else other than your home. So we would say, I'm sewing, or I will sew in the future. One more example. We would not say, we could go catching a fish. Again, this is a very specific activity. That's one part of the whole activity. So we could say, we could go fishing. That will include everything. Going to a place we can fish, fishing, maybe catching a fish, and everything until we leave. We could go fishing refers to the whole activity. Here's an activity for you to practice using go with different prepositions. We've looked at to, on, for, and then a gerund verb after it with ing. In that case, we don't need a preposition. So for each of these blanks, see if you can decide, does it need one of the prepositions, to, on, or for, or does it need nothing in the blank? That's also possible. Go ahead, give it a try. Here's how we could fill in those blanks. For number one, she went to Turkey for a vacation last month. This sentence was tricky because there was two blanks. You can see that the first one, to Turkey, is showing us the direction, and the second one, for a vacation, is giving us the reason, which we've studied before. Number two, Jack goes jogging every morning. This is one of the blanks where we don't need any preposition. We are using go together with an activity that ends in ing. Go jogging. We don't need any prepositions between those. Number three, would you like to go for a swim this afternoon? Number four, Are you interested in going on a tour of the factory? Number 5. Please go to your grandmother's house. Number 6. We need milk. I'll go to the corner store. Great job on that. Now let's switch to looking at the verb get. First of all, we often use get together with a noun. In this case, get means to receive, to buy, or to find something. Here's some examples. Did you get my postcard? That's a nice t-shirt. Where did you get it? It's hard to get a job at the moment. In each of these cases, you can see that we could replace get with a different verb. For example, did you receive my postcard? Where did you buy it? And it's hard to find a job at the moment. But get is very commonly used in informal speech. You can also use get for different types of transportation, and it means the same as the verb to take. For example, you could say, I'll take the bus, or I'll get the bus. It has the same meaning. When we put get together with an adjective, what it means is to become. Here's a few examples of how we could use this. Number 1, I'm getting cold with the AC on. Number 2, are you getting hungry yet? It's 6 o'clock. Number 3, the baby needs a nap. She's getting fussy. Maybe you notice that in all 3 of these examples, we're using the present continuous. So we have the verb to be, and then get has ing at the end of it. I am getting cold. We often use this in the present continuous because it's something that is happening over time. I was already getting cold before, and I am continuing to get cold now because the AC is on. So we often use present continuous when we're using get plus an adjective. We also often use get plus a preposition, which is showing us where someone is going, especially the direction someone is going. Here's some examples of that. She got off the bus. Let's get inside. The rain is starting. How do you get out of this neighborhood? These are all prepositions that show us where someone is going. So we can use get depending on which preposition we want to use to show in which direction that person is going. We can also use get plus a place. It helps us to talk about where we are going. You may have heard it used like this. I get to work by 7:30 a.m. every morning. We probably won't get to the park before you. You can see that the place is coming after get and to. Get to work, get to the park. Just like using go, if we want to say home, we do not use to. Here's our example. How did you get home? As well, if we use the words here or there, we also don't use to. Here's the example. How soon can you get here? Here's an activity for you to try. In each of these, there's a blank that needs get, and you can add in the phrases that are highlighted at the top. See if you can complete these sentences by using get plus these missing nouns. Go ahead, give it a try. Here's how we could complete these phrases. Number 1, I hope you get my letter. Number 2, you should get a taxi to go home. Number 3, would you go to the shop to get some bread? Number 4, turn on the light. It's getting dark. Number 5. My mother almost never gets angry at us. You can see how using get with different words changes the meaning just slightly. Thank you for joining me to study go and get today. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye!